Hi there, Alina from Xmate Mastery here, and today we're going to talk about this really cool roof that my friend John sent over. We're going to sketch it today. It's a hip roof with gambrel sides. It's actually a really cool car wash roof, so it's a commercial job, and just wanted to show that to you. In fact, here, let me show you a little screenshot right now of what we're going to do. And this is what we're looking to create. It is a hip roof with the gambrel sides that you can see here, very unusual shape. But I think it'll be useful for those that haven't ever built a gambrel roof. It's not a true gambrel because it's got this hip on top, which is very interesting, and then got these extending sides. So as you can see, that's going to be a pretty tricky roof to create. We have to set the hip and then adjust the eave heights and do some other fun things. So thought it was a good example of a gambrel style roof that's just a little bit unique and unusual. So let's go take a look at how to sketch that roof. So I've already built the main roof here, the main hip in Sketch, and it's got a 412 pitch, nothing fancy, just a normal hip. Now what I'm going to do is go up to the roof tool here and grab a flat or shed roof. Now remember the arrow pointing up the slope on the flat roof, and I'll set it here just for you to see an example. The arrow is pointing up the slope. So I'm going to start here on my south face of the main roof to attach this so it goes up into that slope. And I actually attach roof edge to roof edge here. We can have a debate on why and the reasons a little bit later. I like it because it just snaps too, and I'm only doing roof covering here. I'm not worrying about soffit and those other things. And so this works for me. Just watch your dimensions, make sure that you're including all of the, the roof space rather than figuring in the soffits underneath and going about it that way. So if you want to have a debate about that in the comments, no problem. I'll talk to you down there. But this is the way I'm going to do it, is roof edge to roof edge. And actually, let me go ahead and name this roof while we're here. Go to the properties, and we're actually going to make this a 2412 pitch as well as what it was out in the field. Pretty extreme pitch there for the gambrel sides. And I believe once it was vertexed out here, so I'm just going to expand it out to the roof edge here where it meets the hip. Then we're going to grab the little diamond and pull it out to meet the hip angle. And it was actually, I believe, 4'6" or something close to that here for the roof edge. Let's see if it'll let me pull it in. It's being persnickety to 4'6". There we go. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and form that on the other side, meet the roof edge, and use the diamond right there to pull that out to meet the hip, like so. Take a look at it in 3D, and it's going to look pretty crazy because I need to adjust my eave heights. So that's the key pivotal thing here, is knowing to adjust your eave height. So I'm going to go down to adjust height, and the eave height is ending up, the eave height A, which is the top of the slope, is 6'4" above our elevation. We want that eave height to meet 0 at the elevation, and that will drop it down 6'4" below the elevation here. Left click OK. Look at that in 3D. And now we're cooking with some gas here. Okay, now it is a long overhang. I might have that dimension wrong of 4'6", but you get the idea of how to create this. And maybe it was shorter. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. You'll get the application here. I'm going to take that gable and I'm going to right click, copy, right click out in blank space and paste, and that'll give me a carbon copy of that. I can tab it around and just whoops, shift tab if you go too far, and then drop that guy. It'll actually like snap to roof edge up here on the top. Then I'm going to take that and I'm going to go ahead and right click paste again because it's still copied to my cursor at that point. And I can tab around, and I don't place it actually here. It gets a little weird if you do that. So I place it out in blank space and I just resize, just a random resize, and go in, and I'm grabbing the roof by the label name, by the way, guys. You'll notice if you just click on it, it likes to just grab the roof walls, and it gets really frustrating to move the roof. Save yourself some frustration, zoom in and click on that label, and then you'll see that you can move the roof. And that was one of the main frustrations of building this, was that it didn't want to grab the roof, it just wanted to grab the roof walls. So just a side note there. And zoom in if you can't see that arrow, it gets sometimes lost in the handles. So it's a little bit too big to fit in there. I want to make it smaller. Click on the roof label, pull in those handles. There we go. Now we should be able to slide it right in here. And I usually line it up to the roof itself first and then pull out the vertices, what are these? What are you going to say? To the edge. And Xactimate likes to do this funny thing where it just puts it off by a little bit like that. So be careful, zoom in, make sure you're meeting roof edge to get full coverage. Up here we've got a little bit of a problem. I need to move this guy over to meet. There we go. And it likes to snap too, so it's really not, you know, trying to like fight itself or fight you. So that's kind of nice in this scenario. It likes to snap everything together. So I'm going to go to the gable here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste out in blank space. I'm going to tab that around. And I should be able to just fit it in like a puzzle piece. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Let me set that down. I'm going to move my palette over. Just crowding myself a bit. Click on that label, get that in, and let's see if it'll, yep, it'll accept it. Let's look at our, yep, looks like it's meeting pretty well. Got a little maybe blank space in between the main roof. I'm going to pull that in here. There we go, that looks a little bit better. And just checking for spaces, yeah, it's acting a little funny there. I'll probably pull him out and mess with this a little bit just to dial it in. But you get the idea of how it wasn't really that painful to create that roof. So again, it's an estimate. I just want to get as close as I can. That looks pretty good. Looks like we met each other. And so we've got the roof edge meeting the roof edge there. So we can take a look at that in 3D and just see how it's looking here. Looks pretty good. And I think I got all the spaces covered, so we don't really have any spaces in between where those gambrel roofs meet the main roof. Now, the one thing I do need to do is connect all the roofs together so that when I put the roofing material on, it goes to all slopes. Right now, if I go over to estimate items, you can see it's all separated out, and I'd have to add shingles over and over again, which would be really dumb. So in the sketch, you can select all by lassoing here in the blank space, right click, and then go to Combine or Control-Shift-C, and that will make all of these a part of the main roof. And you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4, that they're all a part or have part numbers. They're part of the main roof. So if you go back to Estimate Items, just got the main roof there. It looks great. So don't forget that last step. Whenever you pull in roofs from the roof tool and add them, they're coming in as separate entities. So don't forget about that and get those added or combined together with Control-Shift-C. Lasso all of them. Make sure you get all of them too. Don't leave one off like that. Get all of them in blue and then combine them. So that's how I created that roof in Sketch. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this topic, please be sure to like this video so I know to create more interesting, complex, semi-complex roofs like this in Sketch, and keep those topics coming. Also subscribe. It's like gold for me here on YouTube. If you like this channel, please subscribe below, and that way you get weekly updates as well as I release my weekly Tuesday Tech Tips. My name is Alina Wilson with XM8 Mastery. For more information on what I do, go to www.xm8mastery.com. Hope you have a really great week in your business and stay safe out there, and I'll see you next week.